Right. This live is going to be, I just got out of bed, made some tea, and made some awesome breakfast. I have a Sunday ritual with myself. It's a really nice time to I love spending Sundays with myself. It's a self-love practice, and I really love after this little ritual to meditate and get some nice nature time. I love living in Colorado because I just live like 20 minutes away from nature. But today I'm going to open up the Akashic Records and do a little bit of what I like to call self-reading. But with self-reading, I also put the collective's energy within my self-reading. And I like to read into universal truths. And a lot of this is going to feel like it's a part of you in a way. It's really hard to describe, but it's going to feel like it all makes sense and you already knew this. That's what it's going to feel like. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into the Akashic Records via AKA my records, but also know that these perspectives are for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tune in. Oh, I just almost knocked everything over there. And as a human, hi guys, as a human, I have always been interested in perspectives, multiple perspectives, different views on things, and why we have these perspectives. So the Akashic Records is great for anyone that is curious about, creation, really. Curious about creation. The Akashic Records is great for people who want to learn how to live a life that is much more effortless than what we were shown or taught as a child. And the Akashic Records is great for people who are just, they're like, I just want to get these lessons out of the way. I want to live in the most highest aligned space. That makes me so joyful. And believe it or not one person out there can do that more than you can do for yourself. And this is why the Akashic Records is so it just immerses you into your own growth. It brings you into truths. It helps you to see things that are past the limited human perception. You're able to go into different brainwave states that take you out of this limited thought process. This limited process is our programming, right? As souls, before we come down to earth, we decide these are the lessons I want to learn. This is the packaging I want to have, and this is the experience I want to have. This is the perception. These are the people I want to be in my life. Now, mind you, I don't like to use the word contracts because I feel energy is so effortless to move and bend and change your life. I feel like contracts is a very harsh word, but people use that word. It's fine. I just don't. But, once you come down here with this programming, that's our human perspective. And when we're able to go into, first off, like an alpha brainwave state, where I'm going above the human perspective. And the Akashic Record is just, the minute that you just do the prayer to open up the Akashic Records, it goes, you're out. You're out of there. You get freedom. You have ultimate freedom now. You can see a different view of how it all works. And then the more that you get into the Akashic Records, or the tippy top of the Akashic Records, you end up being in what I like to call a gamma brainwave state. And that is your super conscious state. That's where you can alleviate all suffering. If you really focused on constantly going up to the very tippy top and then getting a little bit more perspective at the bottom of the Akashic Records, you'll start to realize you're rewiring everything. Your physical energy changes, the way that you view yourself changes. You start to become more of this I'm in wholeness state. And what I love about reading the Akashic Records for people is it gives them just as much as they can handle at that time. So the Akashic Records is your way to peace, freedom, love, serenity, abundance, joy, releasing trauma, releasing crappy relationships, getting into the ultimate expression of who you were meant to be in this lifetime as a soul. So welcome to the Akashic Records journey. I went on a tangent there. I'm getting chills right now just because I love it so much. The Akashic Records has changed so many aspects of who I am as a soul and a human being. I suffered a lot, especially as a child, especially my teens and my 20s. Life was hard. I didn't know how to operate. And I just meditated and meditated and meditated. And once I got into Reiki, it just opened up my channel. And then I was just naturally at the vibration of the records through Reiki. And once I started to ask the questions in the records, it changed. Everything in my life changed. I live in a more of a flow state, a more feminine approach to things. And I gently ask for things. I also know that the universe is taking care of me because I've gained this understanding, not from books, but from a visceral feeling and understanding through the records as it changed my physiology to help me step into that alignment to understand that on a soul level, not a mind level. And that's when my life really began to change. So the Akashic Records, I know it's not super popular out there. It has to be though, because it can change and do so much for everybody. And I'm gonna get off my soapbox rant there for just why the Akashic Records is so amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and tune into them. By the way, I'm feeling some Akashic people in the room right now, and I'm really enjoying your energy. Much love. I'm feeling the good vibes. I feel you doing the work, and it makes me really happy. Okay, let's go ahead and tune in. Now you're amazing, Emart. We're both amazing. Yes, Claudia. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and tune into the records. Mind you, even though I'm tuning into my own records, I'm also tuning into collective perspectives. I'm calling in April Curry's guides, masters, teachers, loved ones, higher self, and higher vibrational beings to come support April Curry's Akashic Records reading. And we thank you for this unlimited wisdom for April Curry's highest good and for the highest good of all. April Curry's Akashic Records are now open under God. April Curry's Akashic Records are now open under God. April Curry's Akashic Records are now open under God. So the first thing that I got, and I asked the question, why are we so curious to understand ourselves? There's this energy that we feel deep down inside that what is around us is not true. It's not true to who we are, our being. And when we see the outside world, it doesn't reflect our truth. And for those who are aware of this energy, at first for some of you it may be painful. You may feel like you do not belong in this world. But what this is doing, it's allowing you to see. It's allowing you to say, hey, it's time to find my truth no matter what the world is doing. And the curiosity is a tool. It's allowing you to, in a way, experiment, to explore yourself, to find yourself. And for those people who are watching you in this world, they're not going to understand what you're doing. It's really learning how to step into and acknowledge who you are, unwavering, having unwavering faith that your journey to your truth will open up so much. It will liberate you, set you free. And this helps you to move past cycles and lessons and it's a fast pace. And for what I'm getting is, for some of us, we think that fast pace means going, doing, working. That's the world's fast pace. But for a person that is curious about opening and unlocking their soul to know their truth and to move through lessons quickly, there needs to be pauses. There needs to be energy building up. There needs to be rest. There needs to be receptivity, exploration, time to feel, time to see, think, be. And there are going to be people that see this human going through something that they're not understanding or comprehending. And it's important for you to not take that on. There are people who are living, and I'm just going off of the channels now, there are people that are living in the world. They're following all the rules of the world. And for someone that is curious about their own truth, they see and can feel into the unauthentic energy that this person is producing. You can tell the person is not in alignment with their soul. So you are seeing, oh, they're not living into their highest excitement. And then they're also viewing you like, what are you doing? And there's this kind of like interchangeable energy where it's like there's two different types of energies that are staring at each other like, what are you doing? And it's all about perspective. This person that's of the world is like, these are the truths of the world. You're not living by them. And then you're sitting here, you're not living in the truth of your soul. And it's having grace for both perspectives. It's being okay with the fact that this person needs to have that experience. And that you also are a person that needs to have your experience. And so I'm also getting that sometimes you're going to feel and hear things from people. And they're like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm being me. And just staying in that wavering, that just unwavering faith that whatever you're doing, even though it does not look like a traditional trajectory, you're forging and creating a path not only for yourself, that's for you, but you're also going to be a beacon of light for those who are scared to step into that new skin. And so the person that is watching you from the world perspective, they're going to see you change. And by you living in an embodied state, being curious, exploring yourself, getting deep within, becoming more happy, joyful, abundant, loving, you get to this point where you're not even doing anything. And you can do so much more in this world and accomplish so much more just because you are aware of your truth. When you're aware of your truth, you open up into the energy of love. When you open up into the energy of love, you are connecting to Source. And then Source is your navigational tool. It is giving you the direction, hey, just go here. It'll show you millions and millions of things that you can do, and it'll just go here. And for the person that's living in the world perspective, they have to look at all the things. They have to explore all the things. They don't have a direct, this is what I'm doing. And so the opportunity, once you know your truth from being curious, you have the opportunity to do less is more. It's less is more because you're living in the energy of love, and how much more joyful is it to do exactly what you're meant to do, which is be present in love and enjoy the experience and be guided. Amen. God, I love the records. Does anyone have any questions? You know, it's channeled, so I might not remember it. So it's a good question. It's good to ask me now since I'm in the channel. If you have any questions or you want to share any insights that you received from this channeled state. Hi, Kristen. What's up? You're welcome. That was enjoyable. I might come on here and do this more often. I do this by myself, just out loud in my bedroom on my meditation cushion. It's my Sunday ritual. I like to do it on Sundays. So I thought I'd share with you guys. How do you heal in the Akashic Records? Recode, are you currently tapping into them on your own? I just want to make sure I'm getting, giving you the message based off of your perspective and where you're at. I know, isn't it interesting? I'll give you guys a little feedback about the channeling. When I first started channeling, it was a bumpy road. But if you're practicing channeling, what really helps to bring the message in fluidly is if you match the vibration of the message with your voice. And so that's a lot of reasons why my voice changes, is it helps me to keep the message going. If I start doing that, it's gone. Awesome, Recode. Okay, so your question is, how do you heal in the records? You can literally just ask the Akashic Records. Let's say that, I'm going to use just an analogy here. Let's say that I have a hard time communicating. So I'll ask the records, what do I need to do to heal my throat chakra? It'll show me things, give me answers. And then I'll say what energy healing is available for me in the records to open up my throat chakra. And then it'll show up differently for each person. So I don't want to program you, but for me, what happens is I'll see an energy above my head. It'll be like I'm seeing it in my mind. I'm not seeing it like right in front of me. And I'll ask, what is this healing energy? What are the elements of this healing energy? And there might be a guide, depending on the person, might be a guide there that's going to do the healing. And then you just allow the energy, you just receive the energy, allow it to just come into your being. I will use myself as an example here. That is the question I first asked the records when I first started opening up the Akashic Records, because I had a hard time communicating my truth. And especially when I moved to Maui, I don't know what happened. It just like shut off completely. And the records showed me a past life of this Hawaiian woman. I was this Hawaiian woman who was trying to get two tribes to not fight each other over something that was really petty. And they ended up killing me and used me as an example of like, you don't speak up like that. And so when I moved to Maui, there was like a visceral, like I had a hard time talking, more so than I usually did. And after I saw that past life, nothing really crazy happened. I was just like, okay, like, because I didn't know much about the records back then. And I ended up, like 2 months later, I went to a grocery store and I was talking like a machine. Like there was some sort of like elegance that I haven't felt before coming out of my being. And so just from seeing, just from seeing your past lives can be very healing. And also, you can call in energy activations as well. And I would love for you guys to, I love teaching. This is my thing. I love people. I love teaching people how to get into this because I want you to get into your power. I have a monthly membership that's $11 a month. We do live intuition development events all the time. And there we do meditations all the time. Everything that's in the monthly membership is to help you activate your intuition on the level that you're meant to. And I also teach people how to open the Akashic Records. It's my passion to teach people how to open the Akashic Records. Like, I don't mess around. We get right to the point. You're going to know how to read the records the first class that you take in the course. You're just going to know how to do it. I'm teaching a live course right now. These girls are badasses. I'm just blown away at the capacity, the advanced level of reading that they're at already. I think we're on like week 4. We're on our 4th class. They're killing the game. It's so cool. Ashley's one of them. Ashley's one of them. Yeah. Oh, it was so much fun. Oh, last night you blew my mind. You truly all 3 of you blew my mind. We have 5 people in the course right now. And that's the cool thing. You can come in when you can. You get one-on-one sessions as well in the course. But you guys are fabulous. Fabulous. I dreamt about a marble tower with infinite files. Is that it? Was white? So the Akashic Records shows up differently for each person. Once again, I'm a teacher that doesn't like to program people. Some people will say it's a library, it's this, it's that. That's a nice visualization to make you get into the energy of the records. But how people perceive their records is vastly different from each other. And so I like to help people find their authentic energy and connection with the records. Oh, Ashley, boo things. Stop it. I love you. I love teaching you. It's so much fun. All right. Does anyone remember what I channeled? That's the best part. Cheers. Good morning to you all. Let me go ahead and ask the Akashic Records what the collective can focus on in the current energy here. I got letting go and being fearless. Your journey is just beginning. Even though you've spent so much time cultivating the energy that you're currently at, it feels like lifetimes. This is truly where you're starting. You're starting right here, right now. This is your start point. Allow yourself to experience the newness. Feel yourself being in love, being present, and having the energy of being in the beginner seat again. Your life is unfolding in magical ways. Allow it to unfold. Watch the energy, follow it, take action, be present enough to see it. Let go of the human perspective just for today. Melt into flow, joy, peace. the more that you allow yourself to just experience the essence of these energies, you're going to see abundance and love and great experiences come through. Do you have the courage to allow yourself to enter this state of surrender? You have a choice. You have the choice to look at, this is what I did in my past, this will keep working, and feel into fear, struggle, resistance. Or you can be hopeful like a child and be so thankful that you can feel all the opportunities and experiences come in. Do not be deceived by falsehoods, false opportunities. The mind likes to grab onto these. Open up to the experience of celebration, being fearless that everything you do is your joy. When you're in your joy, your family feels it. And this clears up karma within the family line. So the current energies, allow yourself to experience this energy. And I'm just getting, for me, there's a duality going on right now. There's a duality going on from our human perspective versus our soul. And our soul really is like wanting to take charge. It's wanting to take lead. Our heart wants to take the lead. And the mind is screaming. It's like, no, we gotta do it this way. And it's what I'm getting from this message. It's important to, do you have the strength and the courage? It takes a lot of courage to step out of identity and to lead with the heart. It takes so much courage. Do you have that? And what would your life look like if you did do that? And so that's the focus right now in the current energy. Whew. All right. Does anybody want to share their perspective or experience with what I just channeled? I'm just getting this this is a collective energy that I'm reading into, and this is me plugging into the Akashic Records while using my mediumship. A lot of you are going to be faced with, I have to live a whole different life than what I'm living right now. Like, there is a shedding that is happening, and it's like, could you just get up and leave everything right now? And for some of you, it's not as dramatic. And then for some of you, there's energy where, you don't even have a choice. Things are just leaving your life. Or you're being kind of pigeonholed into a different way of life. So this is a collective energy. There's a really big shift happening. And whenever we have a shift, it's our responsibility to be able to sit in the energy of peace, surrender, love, faith. The more that you do that, you're going to be receiving so much more when the new chapter comes in. Think of it as like spiritual currency. Oh, you're welcome, Recode. Oh, you're welcome. I hope you're having a great time in London. Beautiful. All right, everybody. Well, that was my share today. I'm going to go ahead and close my records. And also, if you'd like to join the membership, And the courses, feel free to just go to my link in bio. Check out all the things. Go get curious. See what lights up for you while looking through all that. April Curry's Akashic Records are now closed. Oh, Kristen, the beautiful thing with that is this is the chapter where we're learning this is an era where we're learning how to be in both worlds 100%. There is a way to do it. I'm actually experiencing it right now. And I felt like you most of my life where, there was even a 6-year period where I was like, I can't live in this world. I'm going to live in the camper on the outskirts of this world. I'm going to meditate. I'm not going to get that shit on me. I'm just going to meditate and get connected. And once I affirmed my connection, I kind of got like spit out of the camper lifestyle and was thrown into this work. And what's funny is the universe is always taking care of you. It's always got your back. You don't necessarily have to live, like, I don't work a 9 to 5. Some people, that's very natural for them. That's their calling. I know that I can, like, I want to be connected most of the day. That was always my intention. I want to be connected all day long. I want to be in nature. I love people. I want to be around people. I want to teach people. And this is just things that I stated. I set those intentions. And I'm like, I want to be able to go into a crowd of people and not take in everything. And once I started stating these intentions and staying connected, the more connected you are, the more that these, almost like these lessons and experiences will start showing up. And you're like, oh, this is how you do that. This is how you do that. All of a sudden, years later, I do readings. I never thought I'd do readings for a living, by the way. Was not my intention whatsoever. That just landed in my lap. And I followed the breadcrumbs of the universe. And what it's brought me is like a heaven on earth experience. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I'm still part of the world. I'm not in a camper hiding out or anything like that. But I have my own business that allows me to be me 100% and gives me spaciousness. And then I still do my taxes. And I still have family that isn't fully in line with what I do, and that's fine. But they're coming around, and it's a beautiful experience to have that. And I have so much compassion and acceptance where people are, instead of where I used to be. Like, I wish everyone would get on my page so I'm not suffering. Now it's at this point where it's like, I'm enjoying watching people learn the lesson the way that their soul wants to learn it. So I hope that helped, Chris. And the cool thing about the new era that we're in, Kristen, is most people are feeling that way. Like 70% of people are feeling that way. They don't want to live this like unauthentic life. They want to live an authentic life. The more authentic you can live, the more that you have the capacity and the space to be yourself. Going out the world is not hard. It's not as hard. And you're just being you, genuinely. And some of the structures that society has, it makes it really hard for people to be in their authenticity most of the day. So a lot is changing. I also got that from the records. I'm not channeling right now. This is something I've channeled a long time ago. Yeah, follow the breadcrumbs. All right. Love you guys. Have a beautiful Sunday. Peace, love, cupcakes. Check you later. Have a good one.